Hey, I'm Ramona, and I'm about to show you something shocking, so take a deep breath and watch the following video.
I can honestly say it has changed my life.
I became totally pain-free, and I've been pain-free for over a year.
She knows exactly what to do to make the pain go away.
Her program has literally changed my life. I have a great outlook now on myself especially, which is great.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I want you to know that if you've ever felt trapped in your body because back pain has taken over and prevented you from living a happy, full, and energetic life, you don't deserve to live like this, and you don't have to anymore. That's because in just a minute, you're going to learn about a super simple and very ancient 30-second stretch that you can do absolutely anywhere, even right where you're sitting now, to immediately unlock a tight little muscle that you've probably never even heard of before, to release your low back and stop sciatica dead in its tracks. And it doesn't matter how old you are or what kind of shape you're in, this recently rediscovered ancient stretch calms the inflammation and tightness in your low back trouble spots so you can begin to enjoy more pain-free movement. Now there's more, because you'll also begin to notice a tighter, flatter, more firm stomach simply by releasing the muscles around your spine and hips that are drawing your rib cage down and pulling your pelvis out of alignment to cause that bulging lower belly pooch that seems so hard to get rid of, right? But there's more, because once you uncork this collection of muscles, you'll experience less daytime fatigue, deeper, more restful sleep, increased energy levels, and increased mood. That's because if you've been living with back pain, it's like living every day with a constant electrical short circuit inside your body. It disrupts your important life functions like your wake-sleep cycles, your mood, even your serotonin levels. So if you've been feeling like back pain is disrupting every part of your life, you're not crazy and you're not alone. In fact, recent research has shown that chronic back pain causes your happy hormone, serotonin, to be produced in smaller amounts, causing low levels of depression and moodiness. So no, back pain doesn't just hurt your back, it hurts your whole life. And maybe, like many of the people I've worked with, you've blamed yourself or wondered what you did wrong. I used to do that too. But now I'm here to tell you it is not your fault. It doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle you've led. It doesn't matter how active you are or how inactive you are. Back pain can affect absolutely everyone. And how do I know all of this? Well, because I've lived through it, and not just once, but twice. When I was a child, I survived a near-fatal, terrifying accident that left me with years of chronic, debilitating pain at a very young age. After missing out on some of the best years of my life, I was determined to overcome my back pain. And at one point, I really thought I had. In fact, I went on to become a top fitness expert, teaching everything from yoga and Pilates to personal training and group exercise at some of the most prestigious gyms and studios all across the country. I thought I was in the best shape of my life, and I thought my body was indestructible. But boy, was I in for a rude awakening, because I had no idea that I was still walking around every single day with a hidden fault line buried in my body that would unexpectedly erupt and send me to my knees in excruciating pain. And when it did, it stopped my entire life dead in its tracks. Maybe you've been there too, or you know someone who has. Whether you've completely thrown out your back and fallen to the floor in crippling pain, or whether you struggle with daily chronic pain that won't ease up no matter what you do, you must keep watching, because I'm about to warn you about the one thing you are doing unknowingly every single day that is sabotaging your body and penetrating you with hidden fault lines. And you'll be shocked to learn how just one or two simple changes to your daily routine can stop your pain and safeguard your body against future damage. Yes, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I have experienced it myself, and now so have tens of thousands of others. So please pay close attention, because in this short presentation, I'm also going to tell you about the 3 most common back-destroying mistakes that people make all the time when they're trying to help their backs that actually end up making the pain worse in the long run. These 3 mistakes are so common, and I used to make them all myself. In fact, they were even promoted and recommended by top fitness and healthcare industries for years. But cutting-edge research has now revealed that these 3 things are hurting people, so you'll want to stop doing them right away for the sake of your back. I'm so excited to share this with you today, because if I had known this information sooner, it would have saved me from years of physical hell that brought me to the brink of almost losing everything I cared about. I was so desperate to get my life back that I wasted thousands of dollars and countless hours trying every kind of treatment out there. Chiropractic, physical therapy, massage. Heck, I even tried acupuncture, but nothing came close to making me feel normal again. I figured my case was hopeless. And you know what? I was really scared about my future, because I bought into the healthcare lie. The lie that many people believe, which is that our bodies are just doomed to get worse as we age. However, now I'm living proof that with this one simple trick, it's possible to not only bounce back from pain, you can feel better than you ever have. And I know this might sound too good to be true, but it's not, because if it wasn't for this unlikely stretch, I would still be barely able to move, let alone keep up with my 2 sweet but slightly rambunctious young boys. And you may be surprised to hear how this same routine that saved my body all those years ago works even better if you're over the age of 40.
Like many of my clients, you may be moved to tears at how fantastic you suddenly feel in your body again, or perhaps for the first time in your life. And it all starts with this one surprising stretch. If you're watching this, I know how motivated you are to break free from pain and start living your life to the fullest again. And I also know what it's like to be in pain, desperate for help, and not able to get it fast enough. All of these years later, I can still remember the feeling of the impact, like shockwaves buried deep in my bones, as we were blinded by headlights and the front grille of the truck T-boned us. I was only 12 years old, and that's the last thing I remember before I was knocked unconscious. When I finally came to inside the dark, crumpled car, I could barely open my eyes against the blood pouring down my face. The little girl in the front seat, who I had just been babysitting not 10 minutes earlier, was screaming for her mother to wake up, but the woman's mangled body was twisted around in the driver's seat, her lifeless face turned back toward me. I tried to pry the car door open and run for help, but I couldn't get my legs to move. I was trapped inside my broken, battered body, and I knew my time was running out. Confused and terrified, I started to panic. Help finally arrived, and the doctors in the ER trauma wing worked feverishly on all 3 of us through the night. Much to everyone's disbelief, we all survived that near-fatal crash. However, the accident itself was only the beginning of my nightmare. Months of rehabilitation passed, and when I was finally released from care, my body still felt fragile, achy, and tender. Eventually, the scars on my skin started to heal, but the pain and stiffness in my back, hips, and knees only got worse. Unable to move the way I used to, it wasn't long before I started to gain weight and my confidence plummeted. By the end of high school, I was 30 pounds overweight and dreading college. I was embarrassed about myself and desperate to lose weight, so I decided to try exercising despite my back pain. Ashamed to show my face in the gym at first, I would only go at 5 a.m. when everyone else was still asleep. It was miserable. I started walking on the treadmill, very slowly at first, afraid that my pain might get worse. However, I was amazed to realize that the more I moved my body, the more my pain started to ease up. And for the first time in years, I was able to sit through a class without squirming in my seat in pain. I exercised more and more and absolutely fell in love with fitness for how it was bringing my body back to life every day. although I was completely unaware of the dangerous condition buried deep inside my body that could erupt at any second. And it's this same little-known issue that affects millions, maybe including yourself, who struggle with back pain on a daily basis. More about that in a second. I graduated college and kept studying, racking up professional trainings and certifications in everything from yoga and Pilates to personal training and group exercise. By the age of 24, I was hired to teach at one of Chicago's most elite fitness clubs, and I quickly developed a reputation. I was known as the tough trainer who could make you feel the burn like no other. Soon my reputation spread, and I found myself filling requests to teach in gyms and studios all across the country. I couldn't believe this was my life. Such a far cry from my sad, lonely, and painful teenage years. I thought I had finally made it, with a career I loved, newly married to the man of my dreams, and excited beyond belief to start a family. However, I had no idea that in one moment it would all come to an end, again. And I found myself back on the surgeon's table, scared of losing the life I had always dreamed of, for the second time before the age of 30. And this time was even more shocking than the first. Because even though I was in the best shape of my life, my body was still full of hidden, dangerous fault lines, buried deep below the surface, that were getting worse every day. While I survived that near-fatal car accident all those years earlier, I had no idea that my body had been under attack every single day by something even scarier. In fact, most people don't realize this, but we're all under attack, every single one of us, every day. And it doesn't matter if you're a world-class athlete or a normal everyday person. Your body is still at risk. And it's not your fault. You're not doing anything wrong, because this silent enemy is completely unavoidable. It's known as repetitive trauma. It affects absolutely everyone, and most people have never even heard of it. It's more common than car accidents, sports injuries, or even slips and falls. And it can cause devastating damage when you least expect it, erupting at any moment, knocking you to the ground with pain, and bringing your life to a crashing halt. That's why, if you've ever blamed yourself or wondered what you did wrong, it's time for you to stop beating yourself up right now. Please listen when I say there is no way you could have avoided the stress that repetitive trauma has been putting on your body. That's because repetitive trauma comes from living your everyday modern life. The unavoidable advances in technology are battering your body. So everything you do, from driving your car, working at a computer, even texting on your phone, is pulling your body out of whack and causing internal damage almost every minute of every day. So if you've made the best efforts to keep your body in great shape, it's still under attack from repetitive trauma that causes a dangerous health condition called Crossed syndrome. Crossed syndrome creates the fault lines, or areas of vulnerability, from muscular imbalances and postural distortions that pull your pelvis and spine out of their natural healthy alignment. Without stable alignment, your discs are beyond vulnerable, your nerves are pinched, your joints are battered, and your entire body is under constant stress. That's why something as simple as bending over to grab a dish out of the dishwasher can cause your back to violently spasm. The damage from repetitive trauma and cross syndrome builds for years and then suddenly strikes. You just never know when. So keep watching, because first I need to warn you about the 3 worst back-destroying mistakes I see people make all the time when back pain flares up. And I even made these mistakes for years, trying to help my back, but not knowing they were only making things worse. Which brings us to mistake number 1, incorrectly stretching the wrong muscles. When we have pain, our body constantly sends us confusing signals. In fact, the area where we feel the pain is not always the area causing the pain. So people often think they need to stretch the sore area, when in fact stretching the sore muscle can make the pain worse in the long run. For example, when your neck and shoulders are feeling tight and sore, your instincts probably tell you to stretch them out. But that's one of the worst things you can do, because the muscle that's making your shoulders hurt is actually on the front of your chest. and most of my clients are baffled when I share this information with them. But without this new information, you'll keep moving in ways that feel good today, but give you more pain tomorrow. That's why you can't rely on your body's signals. You need to know this precise sequence for relieving pain for good. On to mistake number 2, trying to combat back pain by strengthening your back muscles. When people come to me with back pain, the most common thing they say is that, "I think I need to strengthen my back." However, the vast majority of the time, back problems aren't caused by a weak back. They are the result of a weak core. When your core is weak, your low back has to strain to do all the work. So the last thing we want to do is work it even more. That's why if you want to avoid pain in your back, hips, and knees, and dramatically improve your posture and your health, the secret is in your core. And don't worry, you don't need six-pack Baywatch abs in order to help your back. Nobody has time to waste doing hundreds of crunches every day. And in fact, many of those standard, outdated ab exercises are ineffective and risky for your back. You're going to love the easy core strengthening moves I have for you that can be done anytime, anywhere, even right now in your chair. I'll tell you about these in just a second, but first let's get on to mistake number 3, resting your back. Most people believe that if they have back pain, they should rest. However, breakthrough medical research has now discovered that prolonged rest only makes your back more stiff and your muscles more weak. This weakness leads to longer recovery time, or, even worse, further damage. Now, I'm not saying you should jump up and run a marathon, but with this exact sequence of gentle movements, your body will bounce back much faster. And I am the living proof that this gentle technique works, because when I found myself almost paralyzed with pain, there was no way I could move to do any kind of strenuous workout. I couldn't even go to the gym. If only I had known this surprising stretch years, even just months earlier, I would have never come so close to almost losing everything. To make a long story short, I blew out my back for the second time in my life, which landed me in bed and unable to work for almost a year. I kept expecting the pain to go away, but it hung onto my back with a death grip. After months of chiropractic treatment, acupuncture, and even massage, there was no improvement. Desperate for relief, I finally broke down and made an appointment with the back surgeon, and his diagnosis shocked me. He told me my only hope was a dangerous operation that offered no guarantee of working. I asked him if there was a less invasive alternative, but his answer was a definitive and uncaring no. When I got back to my apartment, my husband was waiting for me, but I couldn't bear to tell him the bad news. You see, the visit to the surgeon was my last-ditch effort. All of my expensive and time-consuming medical appointments were starting to put a real strain on my marriage. We had been hoping to save up money to buy our first house, but I had been out of work for months, and our savings account was plummeting, while the doctor bills kept piling up. And the worst part was that our hopes to start a family went on hold, because I could hardly take care of myself, let alone a baby. I was heartbroken. I never told anyone this at the time, but I worried that someday my husband would get sick of having to take care of me, and he would leave. I was no longer the fit, energetic, happy woman he had met when he agreed to spend the rest of his life with me. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to admit this, because I'm not usually an angry person, but at this point, I got really pissed, and I felt like I had been betrayed by my own profession. I had spent years studying the human body and learning all the best techniques and form. I had done everything right according to the books, so why had my back still given out on me? Searching for answers to what went wrong, I grabbed all of my old fitness training manuals and I dove back into them. I covered my living room carpet with books and big thick binders about yoga, Pilates, personal training, and group fitness, and I propped myself and my ice pack right in the middle. And what I discovered blew me away. First, none of these methods were complete on their own. They either focused on too much strength or too much stretching, which only makes the body imbalanced and causes the fault lines to get worse. And second, Every single fitness style had exercises that were not only a waste of time, but were downright dangerous for the back. Even when done correctly, these exercises had been putting unnecessary strain on my back for years. But despite my frustration, I knew I was missing something. There was a reason why fitness had relieved my pain all those years ago. I just couldn't figure out the missing piece and why things had eventually gotten worse and not better. I was desperate to get my life back again, and a voice inside me kept saying there has to be a better way than surgery. Out of work, stuck at home, with nothing but time and nothing to lose, I spent the next year of my life relearning the human body. I consulted with chiropractors, physical therapists, massage therapists, other top trainers, and even brain researchers. This time not as a patient, but as an investigator. I interviewed them, asked a million questions, and, most importantly, I started reading between the lines for the missing links. Looking for clues to solve the mystery of my own pain, I took the bits of information from each individual source and began piecing them together, and using my own body as the test lab. Believe me, this was a very long and very frustrating process, one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I'll admit, there were times when I came so close to giving up and calling the surgeon. But one day, as I searched for the solution to my pain, it was like lightning struck. Through countless hours of investigation and trial and error, I stumbled onto a 10-minute sequence that changed everything. And it all started with a simple 30-second stretch that unlocked my body's natural health and alignment. And for the first time in over a year, I was pain-free. And what's funny is this simple stretch gave me more pain-free movement than all of the wasted hours combined in chiropractic treatments and physical therapy. At first, I couldn't believe it. I kept expecting to make one wrong move and be back where I started. But as time went on, I only felt better and better. And it wasn't just my back that was better, it was my whole life. I went from being a stressed-out control freak to feeling relaxed and at peace. I slept soundly through the night rather than spending hours awake worrying. My nervous stomach calmed down, and I was able to toss my acid reflux meds down the toilet. And as my dark cloud of depression finally lifted, I started making healthier eating choices. For the first time in my life, I knew what it felt like to love my body. And my friends and family couldn't believe it. After missing out on life for over a year, I was finally back. And that's why I felt compelled to get this breakthrough healing routine out to more people. I saw the firsthand effects it had on my life and my clients' lives because for the first time in years, they were walking around completely pain-free with more effortless movement. While some of my clients unexpectedly lost pounds of stubborn fat while strengthening their core muscles and flattening their stomachs, most of them stopped taking any sort of pain medication and began moving with the same freedom they hadn't experienced since their youth, while avoiding hazardous, expensive surgery that doesn't promise guaranteed relief. After years of seeing these incredible results firsthand, I knew I needed to do something to get this information out to the masses to help more people. But you'd be surprised how long it takes to get publishing deals, or how much money it costs to reach people on a global level. As a busy working mom of two, I didn't think I would ever have the resources to mass produce this video series and get it into the hands of people like you who need it most. But I knew I had to try, so I decided to self-publish everything. And recently, something incredible happened. As people started learning about my program and experiencing the results for themselves, they started telling their friends and loved ones about this video, and in the past few days, it has spread across the internet. And I'm so thrilled you made it here. So please, let me introduce you to Back to Life, the complete healthy back system. With the Back to Life system, you can unlock your body's natural ability to feel younger, stronger, and more pain-free every day while erasing your back pain for good. With the cornerstone 30-second ancient stretch for a pain-free back, This revolutionary method is based on pain relief research combined with powerful yet gentle stretching movements and core strengthening techniques to get you back to the happy life you remember, pain-free, starting today. And I have to warn you, if you're looking for a traditional exercise program that gets your body twisted up into all kinds of crazy human pretzel shapes or has you sweating up a storm, this is not the program for you. In fact, this is like nothing you've ever seen before. This system takes you through the exact unique movements in the precise sequence to repair your body's fault lines and support a healthy spine while relieving stress and toning your stomach, hips, and thighs. This powerful sequence is the key to naturally unlocking the healing wisdom of your body, and it can be done in just minutes, anytime, anywhere, at your desk, kitchen table, or wherever you're sitting right now. And it doesn't matter where you're starting. This program can be done by almost anyone. In fact, many of my clients say that this program is the best part of their day, just from the stress relief it brings when at work or if they've had a tough day. Listen, you don't deserve to be in pain. Please stop believing the lie that pain is just a part of getting older. With the Back to Life program, you can safeguard your body against the flare-ups of future pain, so you don't have to keep chasing your tail every time it strikes. Just like a few more of these wonderful people who've gotten back to life and found relief.
Hi, my name is Mary, and I am a fabulous 64 years old. And I say that because I truly am joyful that I am 64 and still able to move my body. I have always been a person who was fairly active, and as I got older, I noticed that my scoliosis was starting to impede my ability to do things. I became injured at one point and barely could even walk. I had 3 months of physical therapy. I went to the chiropractor numerous times. I was so frustrated. None of it was working. I actually thought I was losing my mind. I read a newspaper article about Emily and her new program, and I thought, I need to try this. I can honestly say it has changed my life. I don't take ibuprofen every day. I'm physically active. I can bend over and touch my toes, and I can play with my grandbabies at will. And to me, that's everything.
Hi, my name is Karen. I'm 56 years old. I was having sciatic problems, and I had gone to a chiropractor for about 3 months, and I was getting no results. So he told me that I would need to maybe do physical therapy. I didn't really want to do that, so I looked for something alternative, and I wanted to do something that was healthy and good for my body. So I went online and I found Emily's program, and it's amazing. I feel so good. My body feels good. She knows exactly what to do to make the pain go away. Ever since I've done this, have felt healthier, more fit, and it's been amazing.
Hi, I'm Bob. I ran into this really difficult situation with this really terrible pain down the back of my leg. I found out later it was called sciatic pain. It was difficult for me to kind of get out of a chair and to kind of walk down the hall. My wife introduced me to Emily's technique because I really needed to get rid of this pain. I was doing a hike with my son. We had planned to do it, and I knew I had to totally get rid of this pain. So my wife showed me how to do Emily's technique. I started doing it, and after a few sessions, I became like totally pain-free, and I've been pain-free for over a year.
As you can see, this is just a tiny taste of what you can experience when you follow the simple Back to Life system. Now let's take a quick look inside and show you everything you're about to receive with the Back to Life system. You're about to learn the exact step-by-step instructions to get immediate relief from pain 100% naturally. You're getting the complete 3-part Back to Life video system where I take you by the hand and show you how to bulletproof your back from fault lines and extreme tightness. And did you know that certain foods can cause painful inflammation in your joints, bones, and muscles? You're about to find out the 3 easy dietary changes that can cut inflammation and ease your back pain the same day. Plus, learn the unusual bedtime position that can bring your hips and spine back into alignment while you sleep, so you can wake up for the first time without aches and pains. And you're going to love the goalpost stretch you can do anywhere to immediately release tight neck and shoulder muscles while also kicking stress to the curb. Not to mention the subtle standing technique you can do while pumping gas, standing in line at the grocery store, or even while brushing your teeth that will give you a stronger core and taller posture while also safeguarding you from dangerous slips and falls. And you can't miss the 4 moves for an ageless spine that take less than a minute per day to add life to your discs and prevent back freeze. Plus much, much more than we have time to chat about today. You can imagine how it will feel to play with your kids or grandkids again, pain-free, to return to the hobbies you once loved, or to travel with your spouse, all without having to worry about the strain it might put on your back. You'll watch your body come back to life as you rediscover the energy of your youth. You'll experience the support of a strong core and the tall, effortless posture that comes along with that. Every joint in your body will thank you for bringing stability back into your hips and spine, the foundation of your health and strength. And don't forget about the money you'll save from medical bills, doctor's visits, prescription medications, and possible surgery. This would tally into the thousands of dollars. Just think what you could do with all that extra cash. Maybe take a vacation you always dreamed of. It's totally up to you. Because right now you have the chance to live a pain-free life with better mobility, strength, and a lean-toned midsection. But more than that is the bulletproof confidence you'll gain moving forward to tackle any obstacle that comes your way, while preserving your quality of life, but most of all, your independence for years to come. And that's not all. Today, for a limited time, I have a special gift for you. I've decided to also include my Back to Life companion manual, along with the entire Back to Life video series. This handy manual gives you all of the same therapeutic healthy back moves with full color instructional pictures in an easy to bring along format. So if you don't have access to watch the videos, you can still have relief at your fingertips. Most people love to have this handy manual because it gives you the extra guidance and coaching advantages as if you had your own personal instructor everywhere you go, without having to pay an arm and a leg. In fact, today, it doesn't cost you anything. It is my gift to you absolutely free. But that's not all. How would you like a collection of my favorite tricks that you can use throughout your day for a pain-free back? Over the years, I have seen people overcome years of pain just by making one slight adjustment to their daily habits. So I have compiled a list of my top healthy back tricks that you can begin to do today without any extra time or money. All of these simple tricks have been proven to give you a healthier back just by making easy yet powerful changes to the way you sit, stand, carry your bag, or even sleep at night. This checklist takes the guesswork out of back health and reveals the best way to safeguard your body from daily repetitive trauma. That's why, if you decide you're ready to get back to life, I'm including the Healthy Back Checklist completely for free. When I was creating this series, I was strongly advised by industry experts that this program should be priced at $99.95. While this sounded high to me, I was reminded that that's still less than the cost of one training session, and it's nothing compared to the monthly costs of chiropractor appointments or prescription meds. And yes, I know people would happily pay that much money for relief. I certainly paid much more when I was in pain. But I also know, at that price, there are some people who would be left out, and I can't bear the thought of leaving anyone in pain. That's why I'm saying no to charging almost $100 for this program. This program saved me from losing the life I loved. It has kept me healthy, happy, and pain-free for almost a decade now, and I truly believe that without it, I wouldn't be the mom that I am to my 2 beautiful boys. So I feel blessed to be able to share this amazing program with you. That's why today I am pricing this program as low as I possibly can, while still being able to keep this video going to continue to reach more people like you. so I'm not even going to charge you half of the recommended price. Today, through this video only, you can have the complete Back to Life series plus the special bonus gifts for a one-time payment of only $37. I know you're eager to get started, so just click the bright yellow button and begin to break free from pain right where you're sitting. And you can be confident in these results because you can try this system for 2 full months at absolutely no risk. Here's what I mean. When you say yes right now to the entire Back to Life system and you experience what it feels like to be pain-free with more fluid movement and effortless mobility. If you're not satisfied for any reason, then let me know and I will be happy to refund your entire investment today for the Back to Life program. No questions asked. That's right, you have a full 60 days to try this system, and if you aren't completely satisfied, just send me an email and I will personally make sure you are refunded 100% of your purchase. You won't find a single personal trainer, doctor, or chiropractor who will offer you a guarantee like this. There is zero risk to you. You don't have to wait another minute to repair and smooth out those hidden fault lines, relieve those sore muscles, and ditch the stress. Picture it. In minutes, you'll hold the secret for a healthy back that allows you to live a life without pain. Think of the comfort and security you will enjoy, knowing that you're taking the steps to repair your body in seconds per day, while keeping it strong, mobile, and free, now and into the future. Imagine the confidence you'll feel when you tackle life again without being crippled by pain and stiffness. That's why it's time to reclaim your independence and break free from the depression, fatigue, and the chronic stress that back pain has brought into your life. You no longer have to dread waking up every morning in pain or have to face uncomfortable stiffness that comes from sitting at a desk, driving in your car, or standing up for long periods of time that trigger painful flare-ups. Just imagine the look on the faces of your friends and family when they see you joining in on the fun again, filled with youthful energy, while even sporting a more trim-toned waistline and a slimmer physique. All you have to do to get started is to say yes to the Back to Life system right now. Once you click the button, you'll instantly add more quality years to your life, doing the things you love without holding yourself back. Now please don't miss this. We're getting close to the end of this video. That means you have 2 life-changing options in front of you. Option number 1, you do nothing. Maybe your pain isn't that bad yet, or perhaps you've been able to manage it with regular pills, adjustments, or injections. That's fine, but I'm here to tell you this will only get worse. The pills, injections, and treatments are like a Band-Aid covering up a problem that might become impossible to fix unless you do something right now. Because if you don't, your next stop could be the surgeon's table, meaning thousands of dollars in bills, immense pain, more pills, and a long recovery that might not even guarantee you permanent relief. And that's not even counting the days or activities you'll be forced to miss because back pain prevents you from joining in or even leaving the house. You don't deserve to live like that, depending on others to run your errands, help you out of the car, or heck, even tying your shoes can make you feel like you're trapped in prison. I know because I've been there. And having gone through it myself, I'm here to tell you that you deserve to be pain-free and to live the life you want, especially as you get up in age and your independence becomes more important. And that's why you should go with option 2. Listen to the voice inside of you that knows you do not deserve to live in pain anymore. I want you to feel what it's like to wake up after a deep, peaceful night of sleep without aching stiffness, to feel youthful and flexible as you go about your day, and have more energy to be active and have the ability to take care of yourself the way you deserve. Because in the end, what does your family deserve? Don't your spouse, kids, and grandkids deserve someone who will be around for them? Someone to share life and those precious family moments with, graduations, weddings, vacations, and birthdays? Or do they deserve to spend their days missing you and worrying about your health? You deserve more, and so do they. That's why it's time for you to take charge. Don't let these precious moments pass you by. You've watched this entire presentation for a reason. You're tired of being a prisoner to back pain. So what's just $37 to get your life and your health back? That's only 10 cents per day over the course of a year for relief. And don't forget, you're protected by a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose, except missing out on more quality years to your life without having to slow down to be forced to take it easy. We've covered a lot of ground, and I know you're eager to learn about the one stretch that can stop sciatica. So without further ado, I'd love to show you a demonstration of this incredible stretch. The stretch I'm about to show you targets a small but menacing muscle called the piriformis. When this muscle becomes tight or inflamed, it can aggravate the sciatic nerve and cause excruciating shooting pain in the leg and hip, as well as numbness and tingling. This can be a tricky muscle to stretch, but I have developed several simple techniques to release this muscle in just 30 seconds. So let me show you right now exactly how you can do this ancient stretch to unlock your piriformis muscle and stop sciatica. You're going to come onto the floor and draw one knee forward while you slide the other leg back. You want your front knee out to the side and your hips centered on your mat. Gently lower your chest down toward the mat and allow your forehead to rest on your hands or on the ground. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That looks pretty intense, right? Don't worry. If this version is just a little too bendy, I have several easier options just for you. If you're not very flexible, please don't worry about it. It's not necessary to get your body into such a twisted and bent position in order to have the same great benefits. In fact, I have discovered several variations of this stretch that are much easier to get into, and one of them can even be done right where you're sitting in your chair. It's important to me that no one is left out, so I have made sure to find a move that is easy to do and delivers the same great results for everyone, even people who aren't able to get down onto the floor or who have very limited range of motion. In fact, this is one of the things that makes my program so unique. I specialize in working with people of all levels of fitness and flexibility, so I make sure that you will have plenty of variations and modifications so there is something that will work for your body at any level and at any age. In fact, the very first video in my program is a simple 10-minute movement routine that can be done right in your chair for better back health, including the easy seated version of the one stretch I just showed you that can stop sciatica. And I take the time to walk you through each move step by step so you can always make sure that you're doing it safely and correctly. This is why people love my program so much. It is highly effective, but also easy and quick, so almost anyone can do it. Remember, these are the same simple movements that I followed when I could barely move. Just click or tap the button right now and get started this very minute. Once you do, a new page will open up that takes you to ClickBank's private checkout page that's completely safe and secure using 256-bit encryption technology. Now, who's ClickBank? They're simply the merchant I use to help process orders. And I chose them because they are the best when it comes to internet security, utilizing the same Fort Knox-like technology that the big brands like Amazon uses for their checkout purposes. So again, click or tap the rectangular yellow button and get started. A new page will open up. That's your private and secure checkout page. Just enter your information in the boxes and you'll receive instant access to the complete Back to Life system. I can't wait to hear about your results. I'm Emily, and I want to thank you for watching this presentation. Still here? Still thinking about your order? I understand. I would be too. So let me answer some of the most common questions I receive in my email inbox, and some you may be thinking of right now. Question: what if I'm weak or not very flexible? Don't worry. Every move in this program is meant to work for different bodies. You will have different levels and modifications to work with. This isn't some crazy, twisty, sweaty workout program. This is the therapeutic method that toned my body and relieved my back pain when I could barely even move. Question: does this work for both men and women? Yes, especially men and women over the age of 40. Both will experience the toning and strengthening results in the abs, but women do tend to notice a slightly more dramatic toning effect in the hips and thigh areas. Question: I'm over 60. Will I be able to do this program? Absolutely. Each phase of this program has multiple levels and modifications, so it doesn't matter how old you are or what kind of shape you're in. You will experience benefits at any age. Question: what if I try this and it doesn't work for me? I am so confident you will see and feel fast results from this program that I will personally refund 100% of your payment for a full 60 days after your purchase. Question: how long will this program be available for purchase? That's the hard part. I've been given this chance to reach you in this limited time offer, but it won't be online forever. The best way to guarantee your access is to click the button and secure your copy of the program, completely risk-free for 60 days. Question: is my credit card and personal information safe? Absolutely. When you click the button, you'll be taken to ClickBank's 100% secure payment form. Your credit card and personal information are electronically processed without compromise. ClickBank is a top 100 global retailer accredited by the Better Business Bureau and trusted with over 200 million customers in more than 190 countries. Question: who's ClickBank? ClickBank is the global platform where product creators can share their information with millions of customers on a 100% secure network. Only after being approved through a strict authorization process and showing evidence on all written claims can a product creator sell their program using this platform. ClickBank's stern approval process ensures that only high-quality products and valid information is given to all customers. Question: can I use PayPal to check out? Yes, you can securely purchase the Back to Life system using your PayPal account or any major debit or credit card when you click on the button and a new page opens up with your own private secure checkout area. Question: will I be billed more than once? Absolutely not. Back to Life is a one-time secure payment and you'll be the owner of this program forever. I want to thank you for spending this time with me here today. I can't wait to hear from you as you begin to experience the amazing results from your Back to Life program.
Thank you for watching our video. I hope the information we presented shows you our excellent service. So what are you waiting for? Take action now and feel the change soon.